vocal variety and body language. The title is Dot, Line and Pattern. So timer, please, you can start with the timer and I'm going to start the speech. In a festival gala house where it was bustling with full of people, everyone chatting with each other, laughing and enjoying. When you enter into the house, just trying to move aside the people, trying to look into the house, you can see one room at the right corner. So when you enter into the house, into that room, in that right corner room, inside that room, in that right corner, there will be one chair. And you can see a girl with a big spectacles, eyes popping out like an owl, having a book in her hand and rapidly moving her eyes. That book. It is as if she is enclosed in an invisible bubble. She and her chair enclosed in an invisible bubble, and she is only interacting with that book, no one else. Then that girl was me. I was a complete bookworm at my younger age. I don't love to talk to people. I don't love to interact with people around me. But I love to interact with the protagonist, antagonist, comedian, character artist, everyone, even the trees and grasses that was in that. That was my complete interaction. I was like a closed dot, a complete circle dot where I don't want to come out of the dot enclosed with me and my books alone. This was the case till I completed my schooling. When I entered my college, I kind of felt as if I was taken away from the dot and put up in an alien area. I don't know how to interact with people because I don't have an experience interacting with people physically. I was missing my books. I just want to go back to my home very badly, take my book and start talking to my characters, who are my friends. This was continuing for some time, and when I entered my second year, there was an announcement of an inter-college symposium. Out of blue, my classmate Kanagalakshmi, she came to me and asked, Uma, why don't you and me prepare the paper together and present? What? Me? With you? Talking in front of people? On a stage? My heart stopped beating suddenly for a moment. I don't know what to do. Something popped in my mind. What is she seeing in me? I haven't interacted with her much. What is she seeing in me to call me to present a paper with her? I thought of taking that risk. I took that step of hope, a step of confidence towards her. And I was surprised that we won first prize in that presentation. More than the result of the competition, that experience of talking to new people, interacting with new people, learning about them, fascinated me. Might be I'm missing something in my life without interacting with these people. So from that day, I started creating a close circle of friends and started interacting with them. On my third year in my engineering college, the college presenter gave a career consultant to us. That career consultant conducted a workshop for us. After the entire workshop, at the end of the day, he asked us one question. After completing this engineering, where you are a group of some 66 students, you are a well-knitted, closed circle. You will be interacting with each other. After completing this engineering, you will be entering the world where you will be talking with so many people, irrespective of the race, gender, age, religion. You have to interact with everyone. You have to talk, connect, build network with everyone. Are you ready for them? So let me ask you a question, my dear friends, students. Have you ever at least spoken to the rest of 65 students in your class? If you can't even interact with those 65 students in your class, how can you interact with the rest of the world when you step out? That question made me think. Have I ever interacted with each and everyone in my class? Leave aside the girls. I haven't even spoken with the complete set of girls in my class. What about those Morata singles sitting at the last bench in the class? I haven't even turned my head towards them. I haven't even seen them. That day I decided at least by end of the last day of my college, I should have spoken with each and everyone in my class. That time, the dot of me broke into a line and started creating designs, patterns. Have you ever seen this movie Ratatouille? That the rat Remy, not our Toastmaster Jimmy, the rat Remy used to say to his brother Emil that each and every food has a different combinations. You have to try the different combination to feel the patterns. The same way, after started interacting with many people, my world started making patterns. After talking to my classmates, I was started making patterns, different type of beautiful patterns of network, which is getting connected with each and different dot in a different way. That time I realized the unwanted fear of what people will think about me if I open my mouth is not needed. You need to talk with people. Not everyone will think in that way and criticize you. After my college, after joining an IT company, working for 10 years, and then I quit my job and came back to a place called Chidambaram. My network started to getting diminished, getting closer, smaller and smaller and smaller. That time, my friend Sri Devi, who is also a Toastmaster, introduced me to this beautiful fraternity called Toastmasters. At the same time, I got introduced to an app called Clubhouse. I started using both parallelly. Toastmasters taught me how to communicate with each other, and I started using those learnings in Clubhouse. That time, I learned that I have a new ability of coaching people. I discovered my talent at that time. And also, I got to know a lot of people, have a quality interactions with them to make myself learn, unlearn, and relearn a lot of things. That made me create even more beautiful patterns, like how the mandala art pattern created. How the mandala art doesn't have a size, my patterns also grew without a size. With all these things, I learned 7 important things in my life on networking. Number 1, you need to step out of your circle to talk with people. Second, look at the eyes of the people and talk with them. Third, try to initiate a conversation with a simple hi and just go with the flow. Don't worry about what you're trying to talk. Fourth, very important, your interaction should be genuine. You need to believe what you're trying to say. Fifth, don't always think that everyone will criticize what the words that is coming out of your mouth. Might be people will enjoy talking with you. Sixth, listen to people. 7, keep in touch with them even after the conversation. After all, they all say network is our real net worth. What do you think about it?
The purpose of evaluation is to improve the effectiveness of the meeting. So to do that, we have speech evaluators where they will be evaluating the prepared speeches. So talking about the first evaluator, he is from Chennai Toastmasters Club. I'd like to call upon Toastmaster Rahul to evaluate the speech of Toastmaster Umamaheswari.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Before I begin to evaluate the speech, I would like to ask the first speaker, the prepared speaker for today. Madam, I just wanted to know that you don't have any difficulty with any. You can get up and you can stand up. I just wanting to know that question. Is that okay?
Yes, I can.
Okay, no problem. Cool. Okay, so first I'll start with the commendations. Commendation is, madam, you have a very good expression. You have a good and positive body language, and you are able to communicate better. What you were trying to communicate or what you were communicating was more or less, we were more very naturally very confident because you knew what you're going to speak. It didn't look like something where it looked like effort. And that's how it come out very smooth. And apart from that, there was a good crisp and clarity in the vocabulary that you were speaking. And I like the way that you used a couple of things like, interact with people, bookworm, and some words like that were really catching. And Ratatouille being one of my favorite movie as well, was really eye-catching. I would rather keep it that way. So kudos to you for that, madam. And as such, you had a very good, like doing the justice to the project role you played as introduction to the vocal variety, the body language. You did the right justice for that. Despite sitting, you did the right justice, and that was really a great thing, a really challenging thing. I would rather keep it that way because nobody can sit and express openly, and you took it up as a challenge and you did it better. Now, coming to the recommendations, first thing, madam, of course, you can stand up actually that way. That's the first recommendation I would have. Because when you stand up, you have the space to explore. And when you have the space to explore, the body language will double better. That is my major first recommendation. Second is when you're sitting also, right? Like as I said, that you did have a good body language. You did have a good body posture despite sitting. But it was very restricted. I personally felt that it was very restricting. Now, even if you're waving the hands, the part of hands are getting covered on screen. So I personally was wondering what exactly is happening there. Despite I was able to get it, but not completely yet. So I guess that could really be worked upon. Like next time when you present your speech, you can probably stand up in a wide room and there you can give your speech and presentation because body language requires the entire aspect of it. And couple of things, madam. Other small recommendation is when you think Ratatouille, you can please ask the audience how many of you have seen the film Ratatouille. Pause. You can work upon the pause. The Ratatouille element was really catching, and actually, I felt that you could ask me. I would have been like, "Yes, I'm a big fan of that movie, Ratatouille." First thing. Second thing, you had a good facial expression, and I think that's a very good thing. But when a couple of things when you asked, like close circle of friends, go slow, like with close circle of friends. That is something you can really work upon. Work upon the pace. I think when you're because some words I felt were very fast. I think that could have been slowed down a little bit with a little bit of touch. Example, there's one line over here. Talk, connect, build networks. So it could be like talk, connect, build networks. With that, madam, I'd like to conclude. The speech was very good, good facial expressions. Mainly just stand up, work upon the body language, and work upon the pace. Rest everything else, you have a way to go. It's a beginning to a new journey. Thank you.